I had a very nice conversation with some lovely cultists this weekend. Now, what do you mean, cultists? Okay, so let's define cult to start off with. A cult is a group that preaches a specific belief system and says it's this way is the right way. That's simply a cult. There's a lot more we can go into it, but let's let that pass for a moment. See, I go to a lot of different fairs and whatnot for networking and market research, and I often come up to all sorts of people who have interesting belief systems, and I am very interested in these belief systems, especially how they come to have them. And as a hypnotist, I'm always looking for or noticing the patterns of hypnosis within all of these different groups. Now, when I speak to them, they often are very reserved at first, but I have an honest curiosity. I'm very interested in these subjects. I'm really fascinated with how people believe what they believe. And so, by being genuinely interested and asking questions related to what they're saying, I can often get them to feel comfortable and just tell me all this neat stuff. And it gets deeper and deeper and more interesting. But always, it seems, with almost everything too, I see the patterns of hypnosis. Now, some people are probably going, how do I defend myself from this stuff? Well, that's really simple. You have a solid belief system, and you won't be able to be hypnotized into something you don't believe in. However, what if you don't have a really solid belief system? What if they're actually talking about some of your beliefs and getting you in that way? Well, here's a few steps to watch for. Are they getting you very emotionally excited and then providing a course for you to follow that if you weren't very emotionally excited, you might stop and think and test with the rules of logic. And then they'll guide you that way. And if they try to isolate you and all that, those are signs that you're being manipulated. Not always, but that's one of the signs. But what's really interesting is how really these people believe them. How much every false prophet I've met, how many psychics I've met really truly believe the things that they're saying. And they have good reason to, because it's true for them. It's their belief system. It's how they understood the progress that they went. Now, a lot of the times, a lot of what they're doing could be seen as self-hypnosis. We could get into the form and the structure, but let's skip that because it'll have vocabularies and stuff. But if you really do look at a lot of these things, these people really honestly believe what they're doing and don't understand the fundamentals of hypnosis, and so are thus using them very successfully, but calling it something else. A lot of times, hypnosis is branded and called something else, like this method or that system. You'll find often at the roots it's just a very formulaic form of hypnosis. And really, hypnosis works best when it's customized. So why am I getting at all this? Well, I came to hypnosis through the woo things, studying magic and different belief systems and all sorts of interesting things and religions and all that. And I kept looking for a common thread. And the one I often found was hypnosis. And so I go and I talk to these people and Like sometimes I want to save people from these false gurus, but the more I watch, the more I talk to these people, the more I realize they're getting something that's really helping them. And maybe it's not the right thing for me to do, to mess with this world belief system that's actually helped them cope with life. Now, what I would rather do is have people understand that, yes, whatever these systems are can help you, but what you're actually doing is hypnosis and teach them how to guide it and get better. But that's not always the best way to help someone. And if they're not asking for my help, I'm not going to do it because maybe they're not ready. So, have some time to think about a new belief system before you jump all in, is what I want you to do. Study the rules of logic. Know what a logical fallacy is, especially appeals to emotion. Understand the fundamentals of critical thinking, logic, and apply them. And that will save you from most any cult. Then if you want to use the techniques they're using to help yourself or someone you love, you can generally get all that benefit from a good hypnotist. And the Master Hypnotist Society has people of all religious denominations and racial and ethnic backgrounds, and seek one of them out that relates or that you feel you relate to and get them to help you. And you'll find that actually with the instructions and self-hypnosis and the practice and the guidance from your practitioner, you can get those benefits without having to subscribe to some new woo-woo belief system. So if you'd like to come in and see if hypnosis is a tool that works right for you, book your free consultation with Helpful Hypnotism today.